Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So I am back today with another Soapbox book review for you guys. Soapbox book reviews are something I started last month and kind of my way to do a really quick little book review on a book that I just can't stop talking about. A book that I feel like I need to get on a soapbox and just let everybody know about. So this month's book, I don't have it because I've already given it to a friend because I can't get enough people to read this book. It is No Exit by Taylor Adams. This was my pick of the Book of the Month books, I believe for January? I think so. And I didn't really even have any intention of picking it up so quickly, but I live in Wisconsin and we had an insane snowstorm a few weeks ago. Like, we got dumped on. We got a good like 11, 12 inches of snow, something like that. So school was called off, and then after that snowstorm we had very, very, very cold temperatures, like wind chills 50 below zero. It was not fun, but very atmospheric for a good thriller book that takes place during a snowstorm. So a couple of my friends actually told me that they were going to pick up No Exit and read it because it was just felt like very perfect timing. And I'm like, hey, I got the book too. Let's totally jump on this bandwagon and read this together. They were a little bit more ahead of me, but I quickly joined on and I could not put this book down. So this book follows the story of Darby Thorne. She's a college student. I believe she went to a college in Utah. I don't know. It doesn't really matter where she went to school. But anyways, she left home pretty quickly. Her childhood wasn't the best, and she kind of ran away to school. And she finds out that her mom is diagnosed with cancer and is dying. And so Darby has to quickly get back home. She wants to kind of reconcile things with her mom. They didn't leave on a very good note, and so she is really needing to get back home, and she finds herself stuck in a blizzard. And she is forced to pull over into this wayside, this rest stop, because her car literally just can't go any further. Like, I think she even lost one of her windshield wiper blades. Like, she couldn't go any further. So she's got to stop at this rest stop, and she's not happy about it because she knows how sick her mom is, and her mom is going to have surgery very shortly, and it's not good. So she's trying to get cell reception inside of the building. She goes inside the building. There's 4 other strangers there that are stranded with her. She's trying to make a phone call. She can't. One of them tells her, if you go outside, there's these statues out there. You can get cell reception out there. I had luck with it. So she walks outside, still in the blizzard. It goes by these statues, is trying to get this cell reception. And one of the people that is there with her, I think his name's Adam, takes her out there and kind of shows her where he was standing. But he quickly goes back inside because it's still a blizzard. It's still cold. It's still not fun. She doesn't have any luck. She tries a number of times to make a phone call, send a text, something, but she just doesn't have any cell service. And so she decides to walk back into the rest stop, and she takes a little different path back for some reason, and she goes by the other cars that are in the parking lot that belong to the 4 other people that are there. And as she walks by one of the vans, she happens to peer inside of it, and she sees a little girl that is being held in a cage inside of the van, in the freezing cold blizzard. Right. So now what does she do? Because now there are 4 strangers inside who she really doesn't know. Whose van is this? Which one of them is the kidnapper? Is there an explanation for this? She doesn't think so. And what does she do? Who does she trust? What happens? That all happens within the first little bit of the book. And then you are taken on this wild ride. This book cannot be more suspenseful. To the point where I started it during a blizzard. It was at night. It was cold. The wind was howling. I had to put it down because it kind of freaked me out. And that does not happen very often. I can handle a lot, but it just was too eerie. I was also home by myself with my kids, so it was just, I had to put it down. It literally scared me that much. Didn't take much to pick it back up the next day, and I flew through that book. I could not stop reading it. Any chance I had to read that book, I had it in my hands. Wow. Pure suspense from the very beginning to the end. pure suspense, and this needs to be a movie. So if anybody's watching out there that, you know, can pull some strings or something, you gotta make this into a movie. It would make an amazing movie. An amazing movie. Couple of things that maybe were little critiques is I had a really hard time picturing the layout as far as where the rest stop was, how it was laid out inside, how the outside was, so it would talk about where she would go, because they went in and out of the rest stop a number of times throughout this whole event. How close it was to the highway, how much snow there really was, where the cars were placed. I just had a hard time picturing that sometimes and understanding how people got to places either so fast or it took them so much time. So that was a little critique, didn't take away from how wonderful the story was, just a small critique. And then the end was just a bit unbelievable, just a bit. I went with it, I took it as it was, it made it great, but it was kind of like, oh really? It's just a little bit. Again, still worth the read, still have to pick up this book. It was so good, it was so good, oh my gosh. So again, book of the month, hits it out of the park for me. I have had an amazing streak with book of the month books lately. I've loved every single one of them. Pick up this book if you're looking for a really great thriller, suspense, winterish type book. If you can read it during a snowstorm, oh my god, it even made it better. I really think it made it better. And the fact that there was a whole group of us who we all belong to the book club that we have here in town just happened. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 of us that picked up that book pretty much at that same time. So it was fun. I can't wait. I think it'll be a little extra bonus book talk at book club. I think we have that this week. So anyways, pick up the book, No Exit by Taylor Adams. You will not be disappointed. You will love it, especially if you are a thriller suspense fan. So, and if not, and if you want to try to give one a whirl, this would be a really great one to start with. I really think so. This would be an awesome thriller book to start with. So it was great. Lots and lots of twists. Oh my goodness, bunch of twists. So pick up the book, absolutely. Comment below if you've read this book at all, and I'd love to chat about it. Otherwise, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.